Travon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Travon Walker, and today I will be singing Here I Stand from the Rake's Progress by Igor Stravinsky. Here I stand, my constitution sound, my frame not ill-favored, my wit ready, my heart light. I play the industrious apprentice in a copybook. I submit to the drudge's yoke. I slave through a lifetime to enrich others, and then be thrown away like a gnawed bone. Not I, have not grave doctors assured us that good works are of no avail, for heaven predestines all. In my fashion, I may profess myself of their party, and herewith entrust myself to fortune. Since it is not by merit we rise or we fall, but the favor of fortune that governs us all, that governs us all. Why should I labor for what in the end she will give me for nothing if she be my friend? While if she be not, why the wealth I might gain for a time by my toil would at last be in vain, would at last be in vain. Till I die then of fever or by lightning am struck, let me live by my wits and trust to my luck, and trust to my luck. My life lies before me, the world is so wide. Come, wishes, be horses, this beggar shall ride. This beggar shall ride. I wish I had money.
Okay. Man, you're just awesome. You're so great. And I had to remind myself, do you mind we talk about your age?
Sure.
I had to remind myself, this is another one. Travon's 24. Okay? Dude. Yeah. Are you impatient with yourself sometimes?
All the time.
Okay, yeah. I want to go like, doop, doop, poop, and like clear it. Because I think part of getting through the young artistry is finding a balance of impatience and patience. We were talking this morning, actually, with Deborah Birnbaum, my guide on this, that this is quite a young group overall, 20, 23, 24, and with such sophisticated musicality, such advanced training, technical know-how. I mean, it's an impressive group. But sometimes also the body's like, wait, I don't know how to do this yet. And our impatience is sometimes, especially when you're smart and super talented and have such knowledge of where you want to go, we demand a bit more of our body than it's quite ready. I'm not saying you're doing that at all. I think you're singing so well in proportion with your body, with everything. But that impatience in terms of, that's how it has to go and I'm not there yet. Take your foot off the gas a little bit, okay? And imagine that your best friend was living what you're living. What advice would you give your best friend to like chill out a little bit?
Yeah, have more grace with themselves.
Say that one more time.
Have more grace with themselves.
So do you think you should have more grace with yourself, Travon?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, and I see it on your face now. Yeah. It's fantastic because that being, so tied to it has to be this way leaves no space for art. It leaves no space for creativity. It leaves no space for improvisation, for the magic to enter. If you've got the reins so tight on that horse, this is what speaking of, this is what it has to be. The horse is going to revolt at one point. And if you kind of like, I'm not sure where this is going, and it's getting a little bit out of control, but I trust you, Yeah. And that is going to be golden for you we could cast you today in a lot of things. But what I want is you to take the foot off the gas a hair mentally while you just finishing line up these things. And then Travon, who's going to enter this world, is going to be solid and free as an artist. And that's what we want on the stage. So your work now is to be patient and keep forging ahead because you have time. You have so much time. And what we want to arrive is somebody who is at peace and graceful and powerful and commanding and easy.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Some of us are still working on that. Now, there's a couple things, and then I am going to throw you a curveball, but don't hate me. This is a tricky recitative, and I profess I really don't know this music, and I've never seen the show, but let me see what I can find. Because I'm just going to go to the score now, right? Mm-hmm. And there is not an accent until measure 33, and here with entrust myself to fortune, two accents. But we have a very rhythmic, very active, very syncopated recitative, which you're attacking in a great way, meaning like you're on it. It's very thrilling. I love the way you're using the text. All of that is great. What I get is one level of dynamic, and when the accent comes, it doesn't land because it's already been bam, 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 bam. So all of these, I say, boada. If you don't think, I say, all those high notes, bum, bum, but it's more what we were talking about this morning. Mm-hmm. It's coming from under here, and I, ya ta 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 ta, boy, ya ta 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 ta, and then when you go to fortune, we get the accent. Mm-hmm. Make sense?
Yeah.
There's also, when there is no orchestra, enjoy that. So, for example, to enrich others and then be thrown away like a gnawed bone. I know it's very fast rhythmically there, but you've got plenty of time, and the conductor, I'm pretty certain, would catch you on the downbeat of 29. Mm-hmm. Gnawed bone is hard to get out. Yeah. It's hard to understand, and it's so glorious. Yeah. A gnawed bone. So triple that, and you're so great with your diction that you, and double the B. Gnawed bone, like a gnawed bone. Mm-hmm. And then you're off, right? Mm-hmm. When it is piano, surprise us. Mm-hmm. Yeah? Not I have not grave doctors assured us that good works are of no avail. Go into this seething what? What's it all for? Mm-hmm. So when you go piano, really go piano, and it stays piano all the way to measure 30. It's just a little forte piano. So he's setting it up, piano, all the way to that first accent, okay? So don't be any less aggressive, disdainful, all of those things that are coming across so beautifully, but do it more with this fridenti, yeah? Yeah. And see if you don't surprise yourself a little bit. So I'm just going to remind you, do a couple breaths here. Pretend I'm a round yoga ball and just breathe in here. Feel, I've got you. Just catch here. And go shh. Breathe out on SH more, yeah. And do one more, just feel this here. Yeah, and that's where all of those first, oh my gosh, yeah. Very strong. That's where you are. That's your power. Do you have perfect pitch? Good for you, Travon. So let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Here I stand.
Hold on. Where do you stand?
Here. Okay.
I think that's more interesting than here I stand. It's here I stand. I'm not going anywhere. This is my world. Today it's my world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
Here I stand.
Great. Now, because also you're giving us, this is different, very different English diction from yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And you're giving us all the R's and all that. So you can also claim your territory with the really great shadow vowel on stand.
Okay.
Here I stand. Take that world, I'm done with you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Defiance.
Here I stand. My constitution sound, my frame not ill-favored, my wit ready, my heart light.
Yeah, great. Now play with that. So beautiful. This is such a good aria for you because we get your voice right from, like, you're connected right from the beginning. It's glorious. My heart light. Play with that.
Yeah.
Light. I can do whatever I want with it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Show off a little bit that. Okay, now also let's really be precise on the cutoff. It's right on beat 2, and that'll give us 1 millisecond of silence between you and the orchestra, and it's gonna make us go, if you carry over, we lose the silence. If you're right on beat 2, it's gonna 1 millisecond of like, whoa, this is gonna be good. Okay, try it.
Here I stand.
Yeah, do you feel that? Tiny, tiny, tiny detail. Come scritto. And it's to, sometimes I don't like being pedantic, but in that case, do you feel the power of that?
Yeah.
The power of silence? The power of you commanding the orchestra to shut up for a second? Now you can start. Boom. I'm Tom Rakewell. You see, do you feel that power?
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like I'm your Nick right now. Okay.
Here I stand. My constitution sound, my frame not ill-favored, my wit ready,
Have fun.
my heart light.
Wow.
I play the industrious apprentice in a copybook. I submit to the drudge's yoke. I slave through a lifetime to enrich others, and then be thrown away like a gnawed bone. Not I.
And there I think you can take time. Let it land.
Okay.
So listen to the difference. Then thrown away like a gnawed bone. Not I. Like a gnawed bone. Not I. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Power. You're commanding the tempo of this. You're finally taking control of your life. Okay? Makes sense?
Yeah.
So good. I think all those, let it be more like bow and arrow. Do you ever use that image? Like, versus,
Yeah.
Try it, just for fun. And don't sing full voice, but just feel that, there's the release. Now try it the other way. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just play with that.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that you could play with, here I stand, my constitution, and then go into this like snaky legato a little bit less vertical. All the crisp diction, but with this pull under it. So immediately we get a change of texture from you. All of these It's like Errol Flynn. I always pull him out in these things. You can Google him. Bob Newhart yesterday. Did anybody watch the Bob Newhart thing? You need to watch it. It's hilarious. It's very funny. So this is why you have to pay attention to all 3 days, people. Here I stand. My constitution sound. My constitution sound. Through all those consonants. Mm-hmm. And then we get that you're trying desperately to be in control. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one more time. From here I stand.
Here I stand, my constitution sound, my frame not ill-favored, my wit ready, my heart light.
Yeah.
I play the industrious apprentice in a copybook. I submit to the drudge's yoke.
Yeah.
I slave through a lifetime to enrich others. And then be thrown away like a gnawed bone.
Can that be uglier? And then be thrown away like a gnawed bone. Mm-hmm. How dare they treat me like that? That doesn't have to be pretty.
Okay.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Do you feel those eyes?
Yeah.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah.
Easier.
A lot easier.
We love that. You guys, yeah. And then you're pulling us along with you. And we feel this tsunami of stuff that's happening inside you. Mm-hmm. It's so good. And just do, and then be thrown away like a gnawed bone.
Okay.
And then be thrown away like a gnawed bone.
Yeah, make way longer. And then be thrown away like and go through that diphthong. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
And then be thrown away like a gnawed bone.
Oh, but
Not
arrow.
I.
No, bow and arrow that one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Not I. Am not grave doctors assure us that good works are of no avail, for heaven predestines all. In my fashion, I may profess myself of their party.
Yeah.
And herewith entrust myself to fortune. Since it is not by
Can that
merit
be more
we...
legato? Since it, no. Since it, a little bit more swagger.
Since it is not by merit we rise or we fall, but the favor of fortune that governs us all, us all.
Now ask this question.
Why should I labor for what in the end she will give me for nothing if she be my friend? If she be not, why,
Okay.
well.
Yeah. Now, make this more mysterious. Mm-hmm. While, you feel how it goes dark? While, if she be not, why, so start it more, what is this about? A little bit, so that almost you're almost kind of being possessed a little bit as this idea is getting in you, and you're figuring out until you just decide to just go with it. And I'm just going to keep going, and I want you to think about this as we go through the aria. All of these are your bow and arrows. This beggar shall ride, bow and arrow it, totally bow and arrow it, and then make this your money moment, right? This beggar shall ride. I mean, really bring it home.
Okay.
Broadway style.
Okay.
There. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, this is a big aria to learn. It's really tricky, lots of words and all that. But now go into that place of really asking, why? What? What is this about? In a way, you have it all figured out, but you don't. You're still discovering it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's sort of this like, what was I thinking? They do that? They do that? What was I think? I've been insane. You know, so let it grow in discovery. Because it's a very strong aria, it's very angular, it's very straightforward, but don't lose that sense of discovery and exploration, even though it's so concrete. Find those, harmonically, it comes like on that while, right? Find those moments to dig in, and while, all those texts. Because when we're trying to figure something out, we go, we're just chew the words a bit more. You already do that so well, but you have liberty to bring it home if you want. All of these pickups, since it, why should I labor, try and make those all really legato.
Okay.
And if they're not legato yet, slow it down.
Okay.
Okay? Since it, yeah.
Since it is not by merit we rise or we fall, but the favor of fortune that governs us all,
Bring them into you.
Why should I labor for what in the end she will give me for nothing if she be my friend?
Really tell them.
While if she be not, why for wealth I might gain, for time by my toil would at last be in vain. Would at last be in vain. Till I die then of fever or by lightning am struck, let me live by my wits and trust to my luck, and trust to my luck.
Yeah.
My life lies before me, the world is so wide. Come, wishes, be horses, this beggar shall ride. This beggar shall...
Listen, yeah.
Okay.
Take your moment.
Okay.
You know how to do that. This beggar shall... Yeah?
This beggar shall ride. I wish I had money.
So good. So good.
Joyce. At night, when everything is quiet, this old house seems to breathe a sigh.
Release it forward, release it.
Sometimes I hear a neighbor snoring.
Release. Bow and arrow.
Sometimes I hear a baby
Bow
cry. Sometimes I hear a staircase creaking. Sometimes a distant telephone.
Text.
Then the quiet settles down again.
Release.
With all these folks around,
Stay down here, find it here, release.
I guess there must be something I don't comprehend. Sparrows have companions, even stray dogs find a friend.
Release, release, and down.
A night for me is not romantic.
Release.
Unhook the stars and take them down.
Release, release, release. Here.
I'm lonely.
Release. Give it to them. To them. Them. They're lonely too. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Release.
In this
Release. Release. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Wait, 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 wait. Release. Release. Tell them. Release it. Release it. Go, 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 go. Yeah, go, 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 go. How much do you hate me right now?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It felt good.
Did it feel? I'm going to tell you what I felt. It felt super present,
Yeah.
and it didn't feel in your head.
I think the discipline of thinking out and reminding myself to think out gets me out of that technical land. And it's more magical there. And in that way, I'm being more present. And it feels really good to stay there. It makes me want to stay there.
Did your voice work?
Yeah.
Did your voice work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there things you want to go and continue to work on?
Yeah.
No problem. But did you feel the connection to them?
Yeah.
Did your voice betray you?
No.
And it felt a lot more secure than when you were living up here. Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a moment to live up here. There's many moments to live up here, especially when you're doing pedagogy on an aria like this. Hello. Okay, there's my head voice. So I'm doing this with my breath, and that's very much in your head, and you calculate it and you work on it like a surgeon. Fantastic. But there's a moment you have to trust that work. And you have to trust it throughout the process of when you've got there, when you've arrived, and when you're not quite there yet. I think you're there with this aria. You don't think it yet, but that's fine. This, I would hear this in an audition, I'd be like, wow, 24, wow. Okay, I know exactly what I want him to do now. So I think you're there with this aria. But that doesn't mean anything until you believe it. But the only way you're going to get to the magic spot is to throw yourself into it, which means abandoning that inner voice, your Nick shadow. You have to say, Nick, I'll talk to you in a half hour. Give me my notes later. But in this moment, it really is, it's scary, but the only way you're going to approach the magic is to leap. Otherwise, the grip is there and the horse will run, but it's going to be uncomfortable. And you might cross the finish line, okay, but it's not going to be first and easy.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I think both of these arias are amazing for you. And I love, what do you start with when you audition?
It's a toss-up between Here I Stand, Lonely House, and Miles from Turn of the Screw by Britain.
Ooh, yeah, cool. I love Here I Stand because it's like, first of all, it's psychological, it's subliminal. So the audition panel goes, oh, here he is. And it's a very strong, like a boom. It's a pronouncement of who you are. So I love that as a first aria. And it feels super stable, especially the more grounded and more connected you are with the breath like that. I feel like Lonely House is a beautiful opening too, but you gotta believe in it more.
Yeah.
And like what happened now is you just make here's what the audition panel would do. Tell me if I'm wrong. They would go, oh, thank God, that was a relief. Like, we needed something like that today. Something pure, something musical, something beautiful. So that's also a good opening, but it depends on how you feel. Singers, the strategy of what you start with is really, really important about how you present yourself. So both of these will work, but it depends on you and Nick a little bit. But I think it's remarkable what you do at your age, because it's very sophisticated musically too.
Thank you.
So the more you start to believe that, even the further you're gonna fly. Any questions?
No, I think I'm good right now.
I think you're good too. I think you're better than good. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Just beautiful.